Of course, we saw the Lenovo Legion Go S.
Yeah.
With its 15,000 variants.
I was going to say, yeah, we've got the S Windows version and SteamOS version.
Yes.
Different processor types, different RAM configurations.
So let me lay it out to you. See if I can remember from the news video. You have the Go S.
Yes.
And also announced was the Go 2, but that's not released. That was a prototype.
Yes, that's the prototype.
So there's two different devices.
Yeah.
Inside the Go S, which is released, is two different processors.
Yes.
You have the Go
S. Z2 Go.
Z2 Go,
yes,
which is exclusive to Lenovo.
Yes.
Which is worse than the current generation Z1 Extreme, which is also the other variant.
Yes.
Wicked, which everyone can use. You then have different RAM configurations of those.
Yes.
And you have different operating system configurations.
Yes.
And different price points for each, obviously.
Yes.
The Windows version is only available in white.
Yes.
And is out for pre-order now.
Mm-hmm.
And the Steam version is only available in black.
Yep.
And is out in May.
Yes. And they ship with 2240 drives.
2240 drives, but you can install
2280.
Yes, and it's quite user serviceable. There's screws, I think it is, that you can take the case apart.
Yes, yeah. We'll be able to take the back off.
Which is quite nice, rather than having to pry open. And
is there
I think they've designed it specifically for you to be able to change the drive with ease. Not that it's like a port like the PS5.
I've seen the back of it. You've still got to pop the
still
whole
got to
back.
pop things off.
Yeah, you still got to pop the back. Yeah.
So you're probably going to break it, and then
there needs to be what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Where there is just a slot.
Yes.
Which you unscrew a screw, like Christmas lights, where you stick some AAs in.
Like the PS5.
Like the PS5. Just unscrew a slot, stops people from breaking stuff.
Yes.
And then just swap the drive out.
Yes.
Like easy,
Why can't we do that?
Because you're meant to disconnect the battery as well. That's the problem. But have that in the same slot. Like have the cable reachable. So you can.
A flipping switch.
Yes, that will do it.
It was so easy to do.
That will do it, yes.
I mean, these are electronic engineers making this thing.
Yeah, true.
And part of them, I wouldn't ordinarily care.
No.
So like the ROG Ally X, it's not actually part of its marketable thing that you can change the drive.
No.
But you can, obviously, because it's just a miniature PC. It's just a laptop.
Some people can't. I'm looking at you, Pork.
Some of our channel members will destroy theirs. But when you market it as a thing, and obviously they're like, okay, you can put the full-size NVMe drives in it, which are better.
Yeah.
So if you market it, make it easy for people to do. Otherwise, people are going to break it.
Yeah.
Like me and Pork. I would break it.
I love it.
They've made a confusing mess. I don't want to be too horrible to them because they're the first to ship SteamOS, first of all, which is an amazing thing.
Before we go into that, can we just say what the hell happened at CES with the countdown? Like, what was that about? Yeah. We're there waiting for it. Their website's like, yeah, it's happening in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Comes down to 5 minutes. 1 minute remaining.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3.
I was doing other things and I had my phone open with the countdown of their big announcement.
Yeah.
Like, brilliant.
Yep.
Like you say, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. It got to 0 and then started counting up again.
Yeah.
For like an hour.
Yeah. It just kept going. And you couldn't see their announcement anywhere. You couldn't watch it. You couldn't find any articles about it.
I tell you how I found out about it. PC Mag launched a rubbish YouTube video.
They launched 3 or 4, and they were like 1 minute long with some dude doing weird intros.
Yeah,
like
can I reenact it?
Yeah.
Oh, hi there! You just caught me gaming.
Yeah.
On my new Lenovo Legion Go S.
Yes.
Dude.
And he proceeded to say nothing other than conflicting information of what their website said. What?
Their announcement was a confusing mess.
It was a mess.
And it's because the launch is a confusing mess. There's too many variations, too many variants, too many price points, configurations. Just keep it simple, but they can't because they're from, and I'll say this with knowing that I'm going to get flack for it, because they're from PC land, they think that the broad space of customers can understand all of this confusing information.
Yeah.
When it's just not the case.
Yes.
We're not there.
Yeah.
But obviously they are just aiming at selling just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their announcement was so confusing that the guy from PC Mag who was at CES hands-on couldn't couldn't relay the information without contradicting himself. Video to video.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're there trying to understand it. I'm like, he's just right. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So eventually their website updated, and we got the information. It did take a lot. Their press website was awful.
It was terrible.
It still is. It's the same. They haven't changed it. Like days on, they haven't changed it.
Yeah, it was very confusing.
I think the really confusing part, actually, more than the variants, is the price points on the variants was very unclear. At one point, they were saying it will start from $400. Yeah, which just isn't the case.
No.
You can pre-order from the Lenovo site today. The base spec PC version, which is the one you can pre-order now, is £600.
Wow. I've got a feeling it's like $500. So we're being shafted as always.
Oh, we're being really shafted then.
We're always shafted though.
So it is an 8-inch 1920 by 1200 display, so 16 by 10 again.
Yep.
Just can I say I don't like 16 by 10?
Do you? I'm the opposite. I like 16 by 10.
I know you do.
You get more like screen space in the same size area.
It just gives me 4 by 3 vibes.
Yeah, I get you. And the thing is the good thing about 16 by 9 is you can have a smaller device, even with a bigger screen. Yeah. So the thing that got me, I know I'm like tangent in here, but when I had the Steam Deck OLED and then I got the Ally X, it was like the Ally X seemed so much smaller because obviously I've lost like vertical space. Yeah. But it made it way more portable because of the whole thing's smaller.
It feels more like a handheld.
Yeah, but ultimately when you're playing a game, if you've got an 8-inch 16 by 10, it feels a lot bigger than an 8-inch 16 by 9.
It does, yeah. And I get the advantages. I just feel like in hand, it feels like I've got some kind of 1980s 4x3 device.
Yeah.
Like a weird Atari emulator, let's say. That's how it looks.
Yes.
But maybe I'm just kind of a bit stuck in the past.
Yeah, maybe.
In that sense.
Yeah, maybe.
It's 120 hertz VRR, which is cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So I'm just going through the specs. SteamOS or Windows variants, 2240, as we've said. Talk about the processors. Up to 32 gig of RAM.
Yeah.
I don't know what the price is on our top spec version. That'll be the Z1 Extreme 32 gig of RAM.
Yeah, so the old gen CPUs or APUs.
And how old are they now? 18 months?
Oh, easy. Yeah. Yeah, it's a couple of years.
When did the Ally Z1 Extreme come out?
Got to be a couple of years ago now. Yeah.
I think so.
I think it was 23.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I'm going to put a pin here. There's a feeling with these announcements, and some of them are really exciting. What is exciting to see is just loads of things pushing into the handheld space. But there's a feeling with a lot of these launches that they're like a year too late. Like the specs, and we're like,
oh yes,
the spec to price point. We're like, why is that acceptable?
Yes.
Up to 32 gig of RAM. It's got Hall effect joysticks. That's cool. The smallest tiny weenie wiener of touchpad on the right hand side.
Yes.
It's cool to have a touchpad.
Yeah.
Trigger stoppers. The thing that, more than the processor being old or the ridiculous number of variants, the thing that irritates me most with this, 55 watt hour battery, or 55.5.
Yeah. For an 8-inch.
What are we doing?
Yeah, and if you're slapping a Z1 in there,
you're going to have the same problems that Asus had 2 bloody years ago.
Exactly, yes.
What are you doing?
Yes. Because, okay, the Z2 Go chip is obviously the newest variant, right? But it's worse performing than the Z1 Extreme, which in my mind immediately makes it more power efficient.
Should be.
Because it's using less power. But obviously it's 2 generations of chips here.
Yeah.
I wonder how much more efficient it is at the same power.
Might be.
Let's say they're both set to 15 watt.
Yeah.
I wonder what the efficiency is in the power there. Is 55 watt hour enough there? It definitely ain't with the Z1 Extreme in it.
No.
Because that's power hungry.
Yeah, and a bigger screen.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
so bigger screen.
And was I right in thinking it's 500 nits?
Yes, I think it was.
Seems dim to me.
Yeah, it does seem dim.
Yeah. That's weird. And the other thing, which
maybe that's how they're saving battery.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, it's sincerely.
Yeah, no, it might actually be the way. Yeah, but this comes down to the problem I have with it's LCD. Yeah. So this is my issue with 16 by 10 is when you're forced into some games that don't support that, then you'll be playing in 16 by 9. LCD, you're going to have big bezels. Big chonky bezels at the top and bottom. That's the biggest downside there.
It doesn't look good.
No. So
I don't want to hit on it too hard because it's nice to see that they're continuing to release in the space, Lenovo.
I think this is great because this is a budget option. That's why it's got the Z2 Go. Like, I know the price point doesn't reflect that.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't reflect that.
16 gig Z2 Go in it, the Windows version, £600. So much less spec.
Yeah.
And in the same ballpark of price point.
Just get a Z1 Extreme Ally.
Which would like $400
or something. Yeah.
They slashed them at Black Friday and just haven't put the price back up.
Yeah.
But I've seen the Ally X has dropped to $750 already.
Yes, there's 50. Yeah,
it's still expensive, but it's only 150 quid more.
Yeah, it's true. And you're getting 24 gig of RAM.
And double 80. The battery life almost.
Yeah.
It's just not all there. It's great to see SteamOS porting being distributed on it. That's not till May, and I've got a feeling that might be a fuzzy date as well.
Yeah, I feel like it
wasn't specific, was it?
It
wasn't like May the 13th. It was like sometime in May.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that totally smooth transition. Look at this.
Yeah.
Continuity errors, what are they? Yes, we're wearing different clothes because this is the ending of this clip.
Oh, yes.
If you enjoyed this clip of the podcast, then head over to the main channel to watch the full thing. It's available there for you. It's like an hour long.
It is.
Try it out. It's cool.